And away we go here for Xbox Division 3.
Still wheel to wheel coming out of turn 19.
Tries to go down the inside of Desio. Desio giving him space, but not by much.
Oh, and he's oversteered, and he spun.
They're side by side, off the track, neck and neck.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Xbox Division 1 here in Brazil. We're coming off a very hectic and chaotic Xbox Division 2 race earlier tonight, where we saw TRC Platinum take away the Drivers' Championship in Xbox Division 2. And that was a thrilling race where the weather conditions were changing so much. But here we are on board with Leighton in the Renault. He is subbing in for myself as I'm getting, once again, the great job of getting to commentate for you guys here for Xbox Division 1. Love being able to watch these guys race. Ginger Horizon setting the fastest lap there, the 108.8 on the mediums. Leighton coming across the line there, a 109.5, and then PPR OOT on the softs, racking in a 108.7. Nicely done by him. And we have Andre Myrie now in third with a 9.1. And there goes that man, B-Dunk. Nearly into the 107s, but not quite. And the 108.0 there for B-Dunk. The Williams pairing currently sitting 1-2 very early here in qualifying. As we now go on board Formula Rager, or excuse me, Funky Cactus, as I'm completely losing sight. Funky setting a 109.1 there on the soft compound of tire. J. Lee Bowens, a driver of much controversy in Xbox Division 1, setting his first lap of the afternoon there, good enough for 6, a 9.4 there for J. Lee Bowens, rocking the F1 Esports helmet. Somebody get me one of those. We are currently now 13 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in qualifying. Half the grid has currently set a lap. Ginger Horizon there on the mediums, getting very nice in third. Brackish setting a 145.0. Definitely not a competitive lap time. Maybe he was trying race pace at Baku, I'm unsure. Take a look here, Mean Fern in the McLaren. Makes a run up the hill here, turn 6. And now into 7. Gotta be really careful there on the curves not to overextend. You can get an invalidated lap from that. But Mean Fern doing a good job there. Really reaching out the limits of the track. And he's gone purple once again. Mean Fern going to be the first of maybe a few drivers here tonight to get into the 107s. Oh, and he's going to miss out there. It's going to be a 108.4 there for Mean Fern. We'll go on board here with Ginger Horizon. He set a 108.8 on the mediums. He's now looking to get right back on track on the softs as he's about to start his lap here. We'll stay on board with him for the duration as long as he doesn't invalidate or pull a spin. Maintenance run up now here to turn number 1. And a great job on acceleration there. And also on the curbs, didn't overextend. Lap looking nice through the first 3 corners. It comes up to turn 4. Very quick left-hander. Gotta be careful getting out the track extend on the right side. And then up the hill here to 6. Ooh, and just like we talked about with me and Fern there, Ginger Rising's done it. 4 wheels off the track and an invalidated lap. Unfortunately for Ginger, he's looking really solid there. We'll now go on here on board with ERS Ham Newton. We got a rogue Toro Rosso there rejoining back on the circuit. See what Ham comes across the line here. Gonna be a 108.2 there for Ham Newton. Edging out Mean Fern. I'll on board here with Leighton. Looking like he's probably going to bring this one to the pits. He's 2 seconds over on his time. On board here with his teammate of Funky Cactus and the other Banana Boat. Funky, relatively new to Xbox Division 1, coming the end of the season here. Getting promotion up in the ranks, and he's done a solid job to scrape away some points here late in the season for the Banana Boat team. See if he can get himself here in the top 10. Yes, he can. That's going to be P6 there for Funky 108.8. As we'll now take it on down to B-Dunk. B-Dunk looking to put himself in the 107s. And he's definitely going to do it here. 2 tenths up. Not really any part of the track left to make an error. So B-Dunk looking probably a 107.8 if I have to guess. And I am correct. That's a 107.8 there for B-Dunk. Currently 4 tenths faster than ERS Ham Newton. And a stellar job at the moment. We'll go back on board here with Mean Fern. Mean Fern about to start his lap. Makes the run up here into turn 1 and then downhill for 2 and 3. And then the DRS activation zone before turn 4. Hopefully we don't see any Ferrari-esque action tonight as we make it into the turn 4. And there is 5 and then up the hill for 6 and 7. Fern really sounds like he's letting off on this lap. I think he may have abandoned it. As he definitely has. He's really letting off right there. As he's got Formula Rager right behind him in the Red Bull. Rager trying to set a time on the mediums. And doesn't look like he's going to beat his current best of a 109.7. He's currently even with his set time, and it looks like he's going to bring in the pits. Yes, he is. Presumably to put on some softs. Now on board with the other Williams of PPR OOT. He's got 3 tenths back here from Mean Fern in third. And like we saw in our Xbox Division 2 qualifying session, the track really ramps up at the end. I'm expecting some pretty fast times still to come here in qualifying. as we have just 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in qualifying, and then followed up here by a 36 lap race. Double OT going purple to sector 2. I missed his delta time. Double OT looks like he is flying currently in that Williams. Not something you would normally say in real life. And that's a 108.5. He improves a little over a tenth, but not enough to get himself over ERS Ham Newton. While Spartan hasn't validated. Take it on here to our current championship points leader of Ginger Horizon. And struggling right now in qualifying. He's sitting in 8th with a 108.8. Meanwhile, his championship contender, or I should say rival of B-Dunk, is currently sitting on pole and very comfortably at the moment. Oh, and Ginger nearly a second up there on his time. It's a 107.9, getting it really close there to B-Dunk. And our second driver now to eclipse that 107 mark here in qualifying. ERS Sam Newton needs 2/10 on this lap to do so himself. In doing so, he would pass up Mean Fern. Mean Fern currently sitting there in 3rd place. Unfortunately, looks like something is going wrong in the session tonight as we are getting joined by an illustrious amount of randoms. Really hoping that doesn't affect our lobby come at race time. New Zealand Kiwi, I'm sorry, my friend, but I'll not be able to race here. See if Ham can do it. Be really close here. Oh, and he notches it with a 107.9. Just barely missing out from Ginger Horizon there in 2nd. But still stellar lap as we see Andre Myrie getting beached out there on track. And unfortunately there for the race point driver, he's currently sitting in 10th. And will not have any more room to improve here in qualifying as we're getting very close towards the end and towards the final runs. King Kirk currently up 3/10 on his time. That would put him in the top 10 at the moment for the Ferrari man. And he does so, breaking in at P9 there for King Kirk with a 108.8. Now taking on board here with B-Dunk as we're coming very close to this last lap shootout for all of our drivers. B-Dunk going very slow, coming by the Red Bull. I believe that is Vital Spartan. Oh, it is not. It's actually Formula Rager. However, I believe Rager is on his cooldown lap. Take a look here at his teammate. Vital Spartan currently in 8th, 10th up through Sector 1 on his time. I believe that is Ginger Horizon right behind him. And see a lot of our drivers now, they have not already exited the pits. They will be doing so now to set their final lap of qualifying. Just 2 minutes remaining here. Spartan making his run up to the line now. Currently sitting in 9th. And he's going to come across the line there. P5 there for Vital Spartan at 108.4. Oh, and it looks like B-Dunk has elected to jump out of his lap here. We'll take it on board now with Mean Fern in 4th place. And as I said, we're actually going to skip up the grid just a little bit here to Saxman, who's currently sitting 7th. And the Toro Rosso. Saxman as well is, I believe, 3rd place in the championship. We'll go over that during our formation lap. B-Dunk parking it once again. See if he doesn't try to go for another lap there on the softs. Hopefully those tires aren't too cold for him. Saxman with that DRS engage. Can he improve on his time? Yes, he can. It's going to be P5, 108.2. Very nicely done there for Saxman. Looks like Mean Fern has backed off. Ginger is off. Guys really struggling here in qualifying at the very last minute. Ham Newton looks like he's going to get across the line just in time. Let me take a look now at double OT in the Williams. Doesn't look like OT is going to improve too much on his time. Just needs a little less than a 10th here to jump Mr. Reimer for 7th place. And he cannot do it. Looks like B-Dunk has elected not to go this lap. Ginger in the pits is 2nd. We have Ham there in 3rd. As it's kind of saying Ham is on an out lap, but I'm pretty sure this is his hot lap. We'll stay on board here with Mean Fern. This is his last chance. And it doesn't look like he's going to get there in that 107 mark, which he needs to get P3rd from Ham. He comes across the line, a 108.0. And here comes ERS Ham Newton, and that's going to be good enough for P2 as he's going to jump Ginger Horizon. But just barely losing out to B-Dunk there in 1st place. And that will be the end of qualifying here for Xbox Division 1. As B-Dunk will be your pole sitter, followed by ERS Ham Newton and Ginger Horizon in 3rd. Mean Fern locking out the final spot in the 2nd row of the grid, followed by Saxman, Vital Spartan there in 5th and 6th. And then PPR OOT, Reimer, Funky Cactus, and King Kirk all rounding out the top 10. All of our top 10 drivers will be on the softs. I mean, pretty easy strategy-wise here tonight in Brazil. Softs, 2 mediums. With really no rain in sight, as I'm being told, so should be a pretty simple race, you would think. But knowing Brazil, it may end up like our Xbox Division 2 race, and it provides some fantastic and somewhat chaotic racing. As we now just wait for the game to load us in for the race and in the formation lap. While it does so, we're going to take a quick 30-second break here, and we'll be right back with you guys. I am PPR Nick. Thank you for tuning in tonight for PPR Esports. And here we are for the start of our formation lap. B-Dunk leading all the guys off here. Let's take a quick look at the standings. At the moment, we have Ginger Horizon sitting in first place after capturing a win at Coda last week, edging out B-Dunk, who came in second. And speaking of B-Dunk, he is our final remaining championship contender, as Saxman was eliminated last week. Saxman having a great run in the season. B-Dunk currently sitting with 215 points to Ginger's 223. So if B-Dunk can surpass 8 points ahead of Ginger, he will have the championship lead heading into Abu Dhabi. Ginger can come away with the championship tonight with a DNF from B-Dunk or an outside the top 10 finish, followed up by, I believe, a P2 finish or better, or P3 with fastest lap. So see how that goes tonight. I expect this battle to definitely go down in the Abu Dhabi, but as we saw in Xbox Division 2, anything can happen. Here we go with our drivers now lining up onto the grid. Get us started here. Clear skies, fans in the stands, and we are ready to go. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go here for Xbox Division 1. Double OT in the back trying to get a jump there on the Toro Rosso. Looks like Ham is going to go side by side with B-Dunk. Take it off to the back of our grid here. Oh, there's contact between the Racing Point. Racing Point is into the wall, and unfortunately that's going to bring out a safety car. One lap into the race, as I believe that was Ed that got sent into the wall there as he was going 3 wide. Really, as Leighton once again has picked up another 5 seconds penalty. So not even 20 seconds into the race, and Leighton has already picked up 10 seconds worth of time penalties. That is not what you want to do. Ed, see right there. A little bit of wing damage. Unfortunately, things like that bring out the safety car. Didn't have a DNF. Ed more than reasonably was going to be able to get back on track, but those are the cars that were dealt here for F1 2019. Luckily, F1 2020 coming out very soon in July, so very excited for that. But there you have it. B-Dunk in first, ERS Ham Newton in second, followed by Mean Fern there in third, Ginger in fourth. See if we had any big movers. Leighton and Rage both picking up 4 spots from the Jules, up 4. As it looks like Ham Newton now is coming into the pits. No wing change, just putting on the hards. And it looks like he's opting to go to the end. Those hards will last the entire race, almost, especially with a few give-me laps here under the safety car. Ham could definitely make it till the end. That's a interesting strategy call. You see the top 3 of B-Dunk, Mean Fern, and Ginger all sitting there on the softs. But we have a lot of our drivers all coming in. Andre all the way down to G Fuel. G Fuel is not a member of the league. Unsure how he got into this race. We have a little bit of a server error, it looks like, here tonight, but unless we are now 2 laps into the race under safety car conditions. But now just wait for the rest of the grid here to pack it all back up. Blue safety car should be in next lap. we can really get back to racing. We only got 3 corners in before, unfortunately, the safety car came out for Ed, being stuck in the barrier there off of turn number 1. King Kirk, I think it'll be 5-second time penalty there for exceeding track limits underneath the safety car. So hopefully soon we will see the race director calling for the safety car to come in. And it has not come yet. There we have it. Safety car is in this lap. We can finally resume racing here for Xbox Division 1. See if me and Fern can keep up with the jump of B-Dunk. Really halting the grid here. And he is off and away we go once again. Looks like Velo picked up a 5-second time there. Ginger getting a great run though on Mean Fern. Doesn't look like he's gonna get anything here. Oh, but it looks like Leighton is. Leighton's gonna sit down the inside. He's made contact with the Red Bull. May have to give that place back there. It's definitely not. Spartan's gonna go side by side with him. They run up here in the turn 4. You got King Kirk right behind them as well. King Kirk peeks his nose in, but nothing doing for him. Leighton really leaving no space there for Spartan. Spartan now falls back in 8th as King Kirk picks up the scraps from that battle. Ham Newton already making his ways up the grid into 10th there on the hards. He's got Run the Jewels now right in front of him in P9. We'll take it on top here, back to the battle for first, second, and third. Got Ginger Horizon on the gearbox here. Mean Fern, Saxman sitting back in 4th, and then Mr. Reimer here in 5th. DRS not yet enabled here. So if Ginger looks for an overtake, it's going to be all by himself. B-Dunk finally setting our fastest lap of the race to the 111.4. Oh, and Ginger taking a peek there, but nothing doing for him. And now make it around to turn number 3. Oh, and Andre Myrie has retired from the session. See if we can pick him up here from the Mercedes. Oh, and there is Andre. He is off, and we are already under our 2nd safety car of the afternoon. As the Racing Points seem to really be following the pass there. The Mercedes at AMG is going to come out and lead us for probably a couple more laps under safety car. See how this plays into the hands of our drivers in front. Are they going to come in for a stop? Maybe put on the hards, go to the end. Mediums, little too soon to stop for those. But we will see what B-Dunk does and how everyone else behind him reacts to this. B-Dunk showing like he's going to come in, gets out, and it looks like Mean Fern, Saxman all going to come in here. Formula Rager as well, bringing it into the pits. So Fern and Saxman, see what tires are putting on. Mean Fern there with the hard, Saxman with the mediums, and getting a late release there in the pits. Looked like he got held up there from Ed, as Ed was coming into the Racing Point pits. So we're now 6 laps in this 36-lap race, and we've already had 2 safety cars. Unfortunately, the first one just kind of had to deal with there, but this one for the DNF of Andre Myrie in the Racing Point. Didn't catch quite what happened, but he went off around turn 2 and caught himself into the barrier. Sure, if he did make contact, we will see that in the stewards reports later on tonight. But at the moment, we got the Alfa Romeo pair of Ginger Horizon and Mr. Reimer sitting very nice in P2 and 3. Leighton there in the banana boat sitting in 4th. However, there's definitely be some drivers on track not too happy with him. One of them being our 6th place driver of Vital, Spartan in the Red Bull. And a lot of that elbows out there earlier on lap 4 from Leighton. Cam Newton in 7th has done pretty well with the strategy call. Everyone else in front of him still needs to pit. Ham on the hards presumably can go till the end on that tire. As it looks like we're now just going to wait for Errol Brackish to catch back up here to the rest of the pack, and I believe safety car should be in this lap. Luckily, the one thing about Brazil, and as I say that, Brackish has come into the pits, so safety car may stay out for one more lap if it wants to wait for Brackish. See what Brackish is doing here. Coming in for the mediums, no wing change. Easy stop there for him. Looks like Brackish might try to make those go till the end now of the race, as we will take a look at the stops currently. Top 6 all yet to stop. PR Sam Newton, we've already talked as well. There in 7th has made his, and then Velo and Run the Jewels in 8th and 9th. The only remaining runners here in the race yet to stop outside of that top 6. Brackish has already made 3 stops in the race. He's really leaving that Toro Rosso pit crew in shambles at the moment. They probably are about done with these pit stops. At this rate, Brackish might spend half the race in the pits. It looks like the safety car is staying out for one more lap. Unfortunately, due to Brackish stopping for a 3rd time for a different set of tires, so we will now have to wait for him to catch back up the grid. Looks like he's going to do so around turn 1 here. So one more lap under safety car conditions. We are now 8 laps in this 36-lap race. B-Dunk residing in 1st and Ginger there in 2nd. B-Dunk at the moment is just, I believe he is actually tied with Ginger if he has the fastest lap on track. Take a look. He does have the fastest lap at the moment. So B-Dunk, with my quick math, is tied with Ginger Horizon for the championship lead here in Xbox Division 1. We only have one more race remaining after this, and that is Abu Dhabi next week. Same time, same place. Hope to see all of you there. And if you enjoy the racing that you're seeing, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe as well. It'd be greatly appreciated by all of you guys. Looks like Ed now has picked up a 5-second time penalty. And here we go. Safety car is in. And B-Dunk will lead us back off once again. Let's see if Ginger can get a jump here. Getting really close to each other. Oh, and B-Dunk. Oh, no, he is not off quite yet. There he goes now. He sold us just like he sold Ginger there, and Ginger was unable to make a jump on him. We now make our run up to turn 1. Leighton getting on the inside there, and he spun. This is going to be a mess with everyone having to avoid him now on track. He somehow still has his front wing. I have no idea how he kept his front wing off of that. Made contact there with, I believe that was Mr. Reimer. Leighton just being really aggressive off the start there. And now taking on board here with Velo. Velo looks like he's going to get on the inside here to Vital Spartan. And he gets that overtake done. Nicely done by the Haas driver. Taking on board back with Ginger. Still sitting behind B-Dunk here as we are on lap number 9. DRS is not enabled at the moment. It looks like Ginger's going to be too far back to really make a move here coming into turn 1, but who isn't is PPR double OT. Looks like he's going to get around Vital here, and Spartan is going to bring it into the pits. He probably should have done so on the safety car. Those tires are already falling off. But we now have Run the Jewels here in 7th in the McLaren. Oh, we have another car off. That's Formula Rager. Rage is off. And we now have our 3rd safety car of the afternoon. I am just baffled at what is happening at turn 1. Turn 1 and 2 have just been a death trap for this race. That's 3 safety cars in 10 laps. 2 more and this race will be officially over. It is absolutely insane what's going on at the moment. As I have never seen this in a league race before. 3 safety cars in 10 laps. Our guys on the softs are going to be feeling really comfortable as they can really extend this first stint. It's really going to be all about that timing difference on the mediums and when it's going to be the right time to pit. So here we go. Number 3 of the afternoon. We're on lap 10. Is B-Dunk going to come in this time? He's going to show it, and he's committed. So is Ginger, Reimer, Ham. Velo is staying out there in the Haas. So is Leighton. Leighton's on the mediums, however, so he can afford to do so. And that is going to be the mediums there for OT. Ginger coming in as well on the mediums. Got a brief peek at the hards. Jules Hards OT off there as well. Having to nearly double stack it. As we'll now wait for the rest of our grid to exit out of the pits. Mean Fern falling all the way back now down to 13th. Got Ham, who's decided to come back in the pits, realizing those mediums are going to do better here, and he's going to be able to make those last till the end of the race. So Ham's going to have a little bit of challenge to make up the rest of the grid. Mr. Reimer going with a different strategy call. He's coming in on the softs. Quite possibly seeing that we've had 3 safety cars so far tonight, and predicting another one would not be a bad bet. So now just wait for the rest of our grid to reform here. And so we can get back to racing. Hopefully the safety car will only stay out for 1 more lap. And we can get back to this very quickly. Velo currently sitting in 1st. Leighton in 2nd, however, Leighton has at least 10 seconds or more time penalties. And it looks like Velo has now opted to come into the pits. He stayed out and realized maybe that was a wrong decision. He's going to lose out a lot of spots. We have an unknown driver, G Fuel in the hood, in 3rd place. Unsure if I'm just losing my mind and he's a newcomer, but I highly doubt that. Especially with the way our server has acted tonight. But he's currently sitting 3rd there. Saxman in 2nd. And Leighton and the Banana Boat in 1st. as I believe we may look at one more lap here under safety car. Still waiting for the likes of King Kirk here to catch back up to the rest of our grid. And pretty close here. Good to see the safety car in this lap. If not, it's going to stay out for just one more and we'll be back to racing. And once again, if you like what you're watching, leave a nice little like here on the video. Subscribe as well, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can follow us on our social medias. Instagram, PPR_esports. Post daily content as well as our social media of Twitter. So you can guys follow us on there. And then check out our website as well, PPResports.com, where you can find out a ton of information about the league, how to join. Learn a little bit about the members here. Out for just one more and we'll be back to racing. And once again, if you like what you're watching, leave a nice little like here on the video. Subscribe as well, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can follow us on our social medias, Instagram, PPR. All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen, after a very hectic chase to get back in this lobby. And talking about hectic chases, we have Ginger Horizon still looking to chase down B-Dunk here. So these guys have been battling all race long. We have a yellow through sector 1, looks like turn 4 there. Car going pretty slowly on track. Take a look at all the tires. Our top 5 all there on the mediums. Top 3 all 11 laps in on those Saxman 5-lap older tires. We are 23 laps into this race out of 36. Ginger being pretty cautious on making a move here. Looks like Mean Fern, though, trying to get around Saxman here. Saxman's going to have to leave the space. They're going to go side by side up the hill here, up into turn 6. Make a little bit of a contact there. You guys have to be really careful. Looks like Saxman's going to back off there and give Mean Fern position for the time being. Let's see here if Saxman can get back at him or not. Meanwhile, we have Ginger Horizon still trying to chase down B-Dunk. He's going to have DRS right here. They make their run up to turn 1. Ham Newton slowly off in the background there in 3rd. Ginger still cannot get the move done. And Ham Newton is chasing very, very closely behind. Mean Fern, however, really separating out this top 3. As side by side they go once again. It's King Kirk and Vital Spartan. Really, who's going to have the DRS here? Looks like it's going to go to the benefit of King Kirk. King Kirk's also going to have the inside line here from turn 4. And Spartan is going to get him back. Looks like King Kirk went a little too deep in there. And King Kirk is now back into 7th position, as he'll be chasing back very aggressively to get that position back from Vital Spartan. Ginger still looks like he's too far back here to make a move through turn 1. Ham Newton edging ever so closely back to this fight. This could be a dog fight for the podium spots. Unsure where time penalties are at due to our brief intermission. We'll see how that plays out. Looks like Ginger's actually going to take a peek on the inside, but still not enough room to make a move. And this one's going to be tough for now, pulling up to the Mercedes of G Fuel. A disconnected Mercedes, unfortunately, due to some server errors. We had one random join, and that's just what you have to deal with sometimes with F1 in 2019. Not really want to be operable. But here comes ARS Ham Newton now, just half a second back. And he's going to get held up from this back marker. Oh, nearly losing it. So all that time he just gained back on Ginger and B-Dunk. He's just lost from one corner. DRS is engaged. B-Dunk heavily on the inside there. Ginger still can't get a move in at all. B-Dunk doing a great job of just maintaining enough space. And now taking on board here with Viral Spartan. And he's going to get the overtake done as King Kirk hops into the pits here. Oh, back on board for the race lead. Take a look at who has the fastest lap. Ginger Horizon taking it at the moment. if it stays like this, Ginger will have a 1-point lead, I believe, over B-Dunk. That, of course, is unofficially when we hit our final race in Abu Dhabi next week. Ham really starting to fall back now. He's almost 2 seconds back from Ginger. All right, take that back. We have it on the leader gap. He's actually only a little over a second back. Ginger, however, is actually falling back from B-Dunk. But this DRS is really benefiting Ginger and hurting the likes of B-Dunk. B-Dunk trying to just build out a gap, and he's going to have to do so through Sector 2 and 3 because Ginger is just able to stick behind B-Dunk with that DRS, especially coming down into turn 4. Kind of get that double DRS after turns 1, 2, and 3, and it really helps you bridge that gap from the guy in front, especially when these guys are so similar on pace. It hurts the leader and really benefits the guy behind. Lucy Jules there picking up a 3-second time penalty. He currently sits in 10th place at the moment. Ham slowly trying to crawl his way back now and get back into this fight. Meanwhile, Ginger might be the best run he's had yet at B-Dunk, but still nothing doing there. Really just gonna have to wait for B-Dunk to make a mistake or get a good exit here from 3. Looks like he has. He's gonna take another peek before turn 4. It's getting close now. B-Dunk's gonna have to be careful. Ginger's really pushing it. And speaking of pushing, looks like Ed's now gotten the move on Leighton. So Ed's now up into 7th place. And moving up there for the Racing Point team as his teammate of Andre Myrie was our first DNF from the session tonight. Ham nearly bridging into that 1-second gap now. Not quite into DRS zone. Ginger Horizon was looking around the outside of B-Dunk. There's no room. Not quite sure what he was thinking. That's going to cost him time. And the little bit that these guys fight, the more that's going to benefit Ham Newton there in 3rd. But now look here at Leighton. Leighton trying to get back at Ed. They go side by side. Leighton's going to get that done before turn 1. Ed's just kind of a sitting duck. And that's going to be Leighton back in 7th for the Banana Boat crew. You see Reimer and OT as well here for 9th place. Having a little bit of a scrap as well. Oh, and Reimer sends it down. Oh, he just didn't have the room there to make the move on double OT, and he now finds himself off circuit. And it's one thing you gotta be careful there. Making a big lunge, and speaking of lunges, here comes Ginger Horizon. Finally on B-Dunk. Gets a wing to the back tire, but just can't get enough of his car. He's gonna have DRS again. This is bringing out Ham Newton into the fight as well. Ham Newton's got a great view of this battle in front. This is what he wants to see as well. Going to give him a chance to potentially steal a race win from these two guys who are battling it out for the championship. It looks like King Kirk now has gotten around double OT. Double OT is going to have DRS here. Can he get back at him. We got a disconnected back marker coming out of the pits at the absolute wrong time. Back on board here with Ginger. DRS enabled. Oh, he might have it here. This is the best run he's had all race on B-Dunk. He's going around the outside. B-Dunk there holding it down on the inside, and Ginger will not get the move done. Ginger, however, is going to have a great run here out of turn 3. Front wing back, open again. He's got the outside now on B-Dunk. B-Dunk is going to make a lunge through turn 4. Ginger leaves the space, but that is the move done there. B-Dunk still fighting back to make the run up here to turn number 6. Can't get it done, and we now have Ham right in their sights. He's picked his way back up after that mistake just a few laps ago. And we have a very, very close battle here for the race win. All these guys on the same tire, same strategy here, going till the end. They're all on evil pegging for the rest of the race. Looks like B-Dunk didn't get the greatest exit out of there. And one thing he's going to hate to see is if Ham Newton can overtake him, because B-Dunk's trying to keep himself as close as possible in the points race. He's going to throw it down the inside of Ginger. Looks like he's going to make it stick. Yes, he can. Oh, and Ginger now's going to have to watch out because he's got Ham right behind him. Here comes Ham. DRS engaged. Oh, and we might go 3 wide through turn 4. That would be insane, but we don't. B-Dunk goes too deep. Ginger gets the overtake, throws out the elbows just a little bit. Now we got Ham Newton trying to pick a way to get around these guys, just can't figure it out as they take up all that track. B-Dunk taking a little bit of a tap there to the gearbox of Ginger, but no harm doing to either one. B-Dunk is really struggling out this final, well, technically not the final corner, but that exit, or what I believe that is turn 13, really struggling there. But nonetheless, looks like they get the overtake done here on Ginger, as these guys are having a constant lap after lap battle. So you guys the DRS here. Oh, it's going to be Ginger. So B-Dunk holding very firmly on an inside line. And it looks like he's going to lose out again here to Ginger. No. They're keeping it side by side up the hill. No one wants to give, but B-Dunk is going to have to. And Ham almost destroys B-Dunk there, going way too deep into turn number 7. That could have been very costly, especially in this highly and closely contested championship fight. We're now coming up on lap number 34. 3 to go here in the race. And it is all to play for here for the podium spots. Mean Fern is sitting too far back there, and fourth really have any effect on this. Trying to fight his way there. Mr. Reimer somehow picking up a 10-second time penalty. That's unfortunate for him. Oh, but B-Dunks have to be careful now, because he's got Ham Newton right behind him. But does good through turn 4, not to get overtaken. That's the last thing B-Dunk wants. But B-Dunk is in a very peculiar spot here on track. He needs the race win, but he's also got the very speedy fast boy in that Ferrari of Ham Newton that he's got to defend off as well. This is going to be an intense final 2 laps here at Brazil. Oh, and Ham gets a terrible exit. There's a lot of oversteer there. He still is in the second gap, so if these guys fight in front, he'll still have a chance to bring himself back in. But it looks like B-Dunk, oh, he had the pace to quite possibly throw on the inside. Doesn't want to risk it quite yet. He's going to try to set up the move here coming through turn 4. He's going to be too far back for this as well. You see Ham still lurking there in the background. Oh, and that's the mistake there from B-Dunk. Maybe the pressure's starting to get to him. Nonetheless, doesn't really cost him any time, as he is just pushing that car to the absolute limit. Gonna really start to see that back end starting to slip out just a little bit on him. And he tries to maximize the rest of the life in these tires. We're now gonna come down to the final lap of the race. Ginger in first, B-Dunk in second, Ham in third. Will it stay this way? We will see how it finishes on track, barring any excessive time penalties. Any time penalty between any of these drivers will cost him the podium. As Ham Newton now steals the fastest lap of the race from Ginger's hands, that it could be one very costly point as we head into next week. Oh, speaking of costly, B-Dunk has picked up a 3-second time penalty. I do not believe Ginger has one. That may have cost B-Dunk a chance at the race win, unless somehow Ginger can pick one up himself. And then he's also got a bet that Ham Newton does as well, but we'll see as they cross the line. Let's see how it finishes here on track. B-Dunk still half a second back from Ginger. He's really gonna have to hope that Ginger makes some sort of mistake here so that he can have a drag race, Lewis Hamilton, Pierre Gasly-like finish here. But as we come up to the final few corners, Ginger looks like he's gonna take it all home here at Brazil for Xbox Division 1. He's going to increase his championship lead heading into Abu Dhabi. Here he goes across the line. P1, B-Dunk finishes in third after time penalties. ERS Ham Newton there in second. No, and B-Dunk gets beaten out by Mean Fern. Mean Fern has found himself on the podium. B-Dunk losing costly amounts of points here late in the race. Saxman in fifth, and up across the line comes Vital Spartan. They're in sixth, and now we have Leighton in seventh in the banana boat, followed by King Kirk, who actually will pass up Leighton due to Leighton's horrendous time penalties from very early on in the race. And PPR WT will secure the final point there for Williams, barring time penalties, as Aero Brackish now across the line. 11th place, and Run the Jewels. Who would have thought he finished the race? Does a nice little drifting slide across the line to come in 12th position here at Brazil. What a fantastic final few laps of this race. A great battle for the podium. Mean Fern nowhere in sight, but due to time penalties, that final 3-second time penalty could prove very costly to B-Dunk as we go to Abu Dhabi next week. And I guess Mean Fern will probably be ecstatic that he somehow finds his way on the podium nonetheless. Oh, there we have it, folks. That is Brazil done and dusted here tonight for Xbox Division 1 and 2. Take another look at the standings. Ginger finishing in first, Ham Newton in second, and Mean Fern in third for our podium. B-Dunk unfortunately losing out there at the very last lap, and also losing out on the fastest lap of the race, as Ginger was able to capture that as well. And just following off is Saxman, Vital Spartan, King Kirk, Leighton, Ed, and PPR WT finishing off the top 10 here for PPR Esports. Make sure to catch us tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for PC Division 2, as they'll be taking on Brazil as well. And then You can catch me back on comms Friday night, Xbox Division 4 at 9 p.m. Eastern. We have a very exciting battle as well for the championship in Xbox Division 4. But that will be it here for PPR Esports. I am PPR Nick. I'm going to chug gallons of water after holding these streams for nearly over 3 hours tonight. I don't know how people do it, but we did it, and I am glad to have enjoyed this with all of you guys here tonight. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I am PPR Nick signing off for PPR